Napoleon Bonaparte, conqueror of Europe, strategic genius, tiny hat enthusiast. But in 1807, fresh off signing a major peace treaty, Napoleon organized a celebratory rabbit hunt for his officers. Only, the rabbits had other plans. They didn't run. They attacked. And the most feared man in Europe was overrun by bunnies. Welcome to Lazy History Club, where history is weird, wonderful, and occasionally covered in fluff. It's July 1807. Napoleon has just signed the Treaty of Tilsit with Russia, ending part of the War of the Fourth Coalition. So naturally, he wants to celebrate with a good old noble tradition, a rabbit hunt. Because nothing says I'm still the alpha male like shooting fluffy woodland creatures. He tells his chief of staff, Alexandre Berthier, to organize the event. Berthier, being a very important man, does what any overachieving assistant would do. He orders hundreds, possibly thousands of rabbits for the hunt. Now, Berthier's team was in charge of sourcing the rabbits. Here's where the first bad decision happens. Instead of hunting wild hares, they bought domestic rabbits. You know, the ones that are used to humans. The ones that don't flee. The ones that see a man in a fancy coat and go, "Food dispenser." They packed hundreds, possibly up to $3,000, rabbits into cages. Berthier had them delivered to a lush field near a chateau outside Paris. Napoleon and his generals arrived in full hunting swagger, ready to flex. And then they opened the cages. At first, everyone expected the rabbits to scatter in fear. But these weren't wild animals. They charged. Yes, dozens, then hundreds of bunnies hopped toward Napoleon and his men. At first, it was cute. "Oh, look, they're coming to say hi." Then they didn't stop. They swarmed boots. They climbed coats. They surrounded the carriage. Napoleon tried waving his riding crop. They did not care. It was fluffy revolution. At this point, Napoleon, literal conqueror of nations, was running from rabbits. Accounts say the swarm split into two flanks to cut off his escape. That's right. The rabbits flanked Napoleon. He dove for his carriage. Some bunnies made it inside. He had to flee the field as rabbits hopped after the carriage wheels. Picture it. The Emperor of France yelling, "Drive! Drive!" as 1,000 ears bounce behind him in hot pursuit. The only thing missing was yakety sax playing in the background. No official military report was filed, because, obviously, nobody wanted attacked by rabbits in the archives. But the story got out. It became one of those we don't talk about it moments in Napoleon's legacy. No one dared bring it up at dinner, except maybe behind his back in very hushed tones. Historians still debate how many rabbits there were. Some say a few hundred. Others swear it was over 3,000. Either way, it wasn't a hunt. It was a fluff-based coup. Over 2 centuries later, the tale lives on. The bunny ambush of 1807. It's often left out of textbooks for reasons we can only assume are embarrassment. But historians, oh, they remember. Bloggers remember. Lazy History Club definitely remembers. Because it's proof that no matter how powerful you are one bunny swarm away from becoming a punchline. There are reenactments. There are memes. And somewhere, in the great beyond, a rabbit raises a tiny paw and says, "For glory." So, what have we learned today? Don't delegate your rabbit logistics. Don't underestimate domesticated animals. And if you're Napoleon, maybe stick to chess. This has been Lazy History Club, where the past is strange and no detail is too ridiculous to animate. Next time you see a rabbit, give it a nod. You never know when it's plotting something. Until next time, stay curious, stay weird, and beware the bunnies.